everybody, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome all back to a brand new customs video for LEGO DC Supervillains. Today we're continuing our assembly of the different X-Men characters that we've been working on. We've already put together Wolverine, which was pretty sweet, so I think that this might very well be the best character design that we've put together so far, I would say. I mean, he's definitely up there as one of the very best, so I'll say maybe he's not the very best, but he's definitely in like the top 3. Now, in addition to that, we did go on ahead and also put together, of course, Cyclops, which was really cool. We've also went ahead and put together a Magneto, who also did turn out quite cool, and Beast, who was very difficult to actually put together, but I still think he turned out quite neat. And then Storm, who's probably the second best design that we've done after Wolverine. So, what are we doing today? Well, you've read the title, so you guys already know that we're going to go on ahead and get to work on Gambit. So, Gambit is going to be the next character that we will assemble here. So, of course, we are going for the 90s X-Men look, as I mentioned before. Do we have any spots? No, we don't have any spots available here. So this will be the 6th X-Men character that we will be building. So keep in mind, if you guys want to see a specific character, or if you guys want to see another specific X-Men character, please let me know in the comment section below which one you guys would like to see. So let's put together the name assembly here. Okay, sweet. So we got the name, we've got the hero status. That's good. Now, Gambit doesn't have a weapon, but I guess he does have that staff, doesn't he, that he uses? So maybe we could go on ahead and let's see. It's usually kind of like light grayish, so that's sort of what we're going to go for. Okay, I think that'll work, hopefully. We'll see. If we need to, we can always adjust that later on. Okay, so let's get to the appearance side of things and let's get to designing the character itself. So first and foremost, he does wear black gloves, so let's get rocking and rolling with that. And then his boots... you see, that's the thing, because I'm trying to recall right now. Let me actually look up a picture of Gambit real quick, because I'm trying to remember specifically if he has blue design for the pants or not. Okay, so he's got kind of like silver-ish boots. All right, so we'll figure that out. Okay, so we'll go with the black gloves. For the boots, then, I guess what we'll do... okay, so we have a couple of different routes that we can go. We can go with this to kind of get somewhat of a decent look. The problem is he's supposed to have purple on the actual legs as well. So let's take a look around and see what kind of designs are available and what else maybe we could swap in colors. Man, the other thing that would be kind of cool is, of course, to pick something like this, because then we could get the trench coat look, because that's super duper important, right? After all, it's one of the key things that when you think of Gambit, especially when I think of the character of Gambit, is the trench coat that he usually rocks. So I think that that would be actually pretty applicable here. Which then means... I'm trying to think, like, how can we possibly make the character look as correct as possible? Because this breaks up the flow of the actual costume, so we'd have to pick a brown costume for him. Oh, which is probably going to prove easier said than done. Yep, that's too bright. I really don't understand why they don't have the hip color available in, or like they don't make the hips available in that color. Like, I just don't understand what the technical reasoning behind it. It has to be some sort of a technical thing. I can't imagine that there's any logical reason for why it wouldn't be there. So it must be some sort of a technical reasoning as to why they can't include it. And it's just frustrating. Okay, so let's say if we went with that, for example, right? And again, the key here is to try to figure out how the heck can we possibly give him the trench coat look even. So we'll see. Okay, so we'll go with the long trench coat look there. Then for the torso... Okay, so we need something that where the jacket will recolor. So that could sort of work. It's completely the wrong colors as far as the inside of the costume is concerned, so that's not great. But let's keep scrolling and see maybe we could come up with something that will work a little bit better. So something that would ideally have some pink or purple on the interior part of the costume. That would be cool. But let's keep scrolling first, I guess. We'll see if there's anything that we could actually come across here. Okay, so there's nothing. Actually, I mean, that's not going to give you purple, but that's an option as well. It gives you a little bit more of a hoodie look, so it's not quite as accurate, so that kind of sucks. Oh, man. Why? Some of these designs, you know, right when I say, okay, yeah, let's try that character. We'll try to build that character. It seems like it's going to be easy, but then when we start building, I will say, by the way, this one so far looks the best. Pedro Pena, that torso seems to work the best so far. But some of these designs, they just seem to be very, very easy and pretty straightforward. You know, when you think about it, you're like, okay, well, how difficult could that design really be? And then when you actually start building the character, you're like, holy, this is insanely difficult. Because to build Gambit without the trench coat, I feel like would be a completely different character. Because it's like, I think that when you think of Gambit, it's kind of the same way that you would think of Wolverine and he'd have the claws. You kind of have to have the trench coat design. Now, that gives us a little bit of the purple on the costume, but it's completely off. Like, the design doesn't look even somewhat reasonably similar. Neither does that. Neither does that. Oh man, we do not have a whole lot of great options here. Wait, it's this recolor. Okay, so that looks pretty cool too. I think that actually does look pretty neat as well. The only problem with that is that we would have to remove the belt buckle piece on the hip piece because it just looks weird because it looks like he's wearing two different belts. So let's scroll back up and then we're going to go on ahead and recolor that. So it sort of blends in this way. Okay, now the other thing would be, this one is probably going to be kind of tough as well. It's trying to figure out the right hairstyle for Gambit, although maybe that could work. I'm trying to remember, does Gambit have a beard? I don't think so. I should have kept the image for Gambit open, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So what we will need, though, is we'll need that kind of mask that he has, like, around his face. So let's scroll through here. I mean, that wouldn't work. That's not the right design, really. Okay, so we're going to have to use one of the presets, probably. I mean, we can always just use, like, a regular default face, basically, and just use that. But we want to try to emulate the look of the character to the best of our ability, obviously. So let's see what is actually available. So that could definitely work. In fact, I'd probably say that that's perfect, to be quite honest. If you want, I guess in theory you could recolor this to be kind of dark blue, because in the comics it used to be either dark blue or black, so you can kind of go either way on this. And if you'd go with the dark blue here, then I think it would be probably a pretty good idea to change up the hip piece to that dark blue as well, just so that you have a little bit of that design going. And then the other thing that I would add is probably, you know how he's got the glowing cards that he would usually be throwing? So we can go on ahead and achieve that effect this way, right? And I guess we could go activate that on both hands, possibly. Let's see. So if we activate that and then scroll down here, we've got the card throwing ability. Okay, so I think with that, we have a pretty good take on Gambit. So there you go. Again, was it exceptionally accurate? No, it was not. I would definitely agree with that, because there's elements that are missing, whether it be the torso design being somewhat incomplete, well, not somewhat, very incomplete, because you do have the trench coat, but you don't have any of the purple that you would expect on the attire. But we tried to compensate for that, for the purple and pink, by giving him like the effect arms, because I think it kind of works in that sense. So you have a cool effect going that way, so that's kind of neat. And overall, I have to say, like, if we placed him next to, let's say, Wolverine, I feel like you could definitely make the clear understanding that that indeed right there is Gambit. So, with that in mind, ladies and gents, of course, go on ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you are subscribed. Turn on those notifications. And in the comment section below, you can let me know which other design you would like to see next time. So we are slowly but surely building up the entire X-Men team. We have built one villain or like anti-hero in Magneto. So if you guys want to see maybe another villain, like maybe Omega Red, or I'm trying to think of another one that would be kind of reasonable to build, because some of the other ones would be just insane, like Apocalypse and all those would be very, very difficult to build. But let me know in the comment section below what X-Men character we should build next. Also, if you guys enjoy the new format, don't forget to hit the like button. That's always highly appreciated. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.